Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Bhaktya Vihina Paranalakshay Kshiptashcha Kamaditarangamadye Kripamai Tvam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanarvindam Tavaivasmi Najivami Tvaya Vina Iti Gaya Radhe Tvam Nayamam Charanantike. So, on this most auspicious disappearance day of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, I pray at the lotus feet of my Gurudev Paramaradhyatama Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and at the lotus feet of my Nama Guru and Shiksha Guru Nitilila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and all of my Guru Varga, especially my worshipable senior God brothers, God sisters like Pujyapad Srila Bhaktivedanta Tirth Maharaj. He could speak on any topic for hours, and he could speak with so much ras. Yes.
In order to hear you really well, you have to be right in there.
Okay.
You ever seen people who sing a lot? They're right here,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
I was just trying to not block the, yeah, there we go.
That's okay.
We can do this.
Thank you.
So, Srila Gurudev arranged to have the annual Rupa Goswami festival every year, and this would go on in Vrindavan at Sri Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Math. And so much Harikatha was given glorifying Srila Rupa Goswami. Why is this so important? There are many people nowadays who say, oh yes, I am a Gaudiya Vaishnava, I am a Gaudiya Vaishnava. Or sometimes they say, oh, I belong to this organization. It is a Gaudiya Vaishnava organization. But there is one thing that is very important. Now, there is one question. Are we followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or are we followers of Sri Rupa Goswami? Which is it?
Rupa Goswami.
That's right. And the word is Rupanuga. Madhuryojvala Premadhya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute. This is one of the pranam mantras for Paramaradhyatama Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He gave Madhurya Ujjvala Premadhya, what is enriched with the prem of Madhurya Ras. Not just Madhurya Ras, but what is Ujjvala, the Ujjvala Madhurya Ras, the Mahabhav, Mahabhava Swarupini Shri Radha. She is the embodiment of Mahabhav, the topmost love. Now, here's another question. Can anyone who is in the Jiva category, can anyone taste Radha Bhav? Can anyone experience Radha Bhav? Is it possible?
No.
No. It is not. Those who are Kaya Vyuha of Srimati Radhika, They can taste something of Mahabhav up to a certain point. But jivas cannot. And so, Swabhakti Shriyam. Now, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came for 3 primary reasons. What are those reasons? Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Ki Drishova. Sri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Ki Drishova. Nayaiva Swadhyayena Bhuta Madhurima Ki Drishova Madiya. Saukyam Chasya Madanubhavataha Ki Drisham Vedi Lobhat. Tadbhavadhya Samajani Sachi Garbha Sindhau Harindu. 3 reasons. 1, to know the greatness of the pranaya, of the love of Srimati Radhika. 2, to know the sweetness that she alone tastes in him. Krishna is the essence of all sweetness. But Sri Radha tastes a particular sweetness. Krishna wants to know, what is it like? And what is the 3rd thing? What is the happiness that Srimati Radhika alone experiences? Krishna considers something. I experience unlimited happiness being with Srimati Radhika. But her happiness being with me is even greater. And I cannot understand this. Who is saying this? This is the Supreme Personality, the Paramapurush, Rasika Shekhar, the supreme enjoyer of transcendental mellows. I do not know this. So these are things that Krishna himself doesn't know and wants to come, taking the Kanti and Bhav of Srimati Radhika. So, Swabhakti Shriyam. What's Swabhakti Shriyam? So, Shri Radha Bhakti. What Shri Radha is tasting, how she is doing, how she is serving Krishna. We say serving, it is a simple word, but serving means so much. It means giving in love, receiving in love. To say bhakti, Guru Maharaj used to give the translation bhakti as devotional service. It is something we can use as a starting point to understand bhakti. But bhakti means there is a 2-way exchange. There is a sambandh. Bhakti is never just an exchange. Oh, I'm doing a service. This is my service, I'm doing a service. As if it is karma yoga. In karma yoga, there can be a service. We can do something. Oh, I am going to bring this. I'm going to give this. I have made a table for Krishna. Very good. Now, here's the table. Take it. But it is done with love in bhakti. It is done with a sense of sambandh. Oh, I am making a table for my Krishna, for my Radha Govinda, for my Thakurji. I am doing this for my. And there must be a sense of mamata. So what is the mamata that Sri Radha has for Krishna? It is completely captivating. Devi Krishna Mayi Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmi Mayi Sarva Kanta Sammohini Smrita. She completely possesses the ability to enchant Sri Krishna. Smaragarala Kandanam Mama Shirasi Mandanam Dehi Padapallavanmudaram. Oh, my head is suffering. It is broken by the poison of separation from you. Who is saying this? Sri Krishna. Govinda ji is saying in Gita Govinda, he is saying to Kishori ji, Shri Radha, please put your feet on my head, my poor head, which is suffering so much, and then I will be happy. So how Shri Radha is serving Krishna. This is something that is beyond our ability to understand, but Swabhakti Shriyam. The Shriyam is the, Gurudev has sometimes said, the sprinkles. So it is like there is a Niagara Falls of ras, and we get a little bit of the spray. This is called Palyadasi Bhav. Now, how we can have any inkling of Palyadasi Bhav, it is because of Srila Rupa Goswami. So, this is very essential tattva of our Gaudiya Vaishnava line. How to serve Krishna, how to love Krishna. There are so many devotees of Krishna. And among so many devotees, many devotees who are in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And some who are followers of Sri Gauri Ras Pandit, who embrace Sakya Ras. But there is a very specific line called Rupanuga. Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida. What does Rupanuga Bhakti mean? It means to perform Raganuga Bhakti. Raganuga Bhakti has a specific definition. Raganuga Bhakti means we are doing bhakti, we are following rules and regulations, but it is not Vaidhi Bhakti. It is Raganuga Bhakti because we are following in the footsteps and having an aspiration for the bhakti that is done by the Ragatmika Bhaktas, eternal associates in Braj. So there must be a sense of sambandh, relationship. There must be anugatya. There must be following of the Guru who has realized the ras. There is a term, Krishna consciousness, we've all heard it. What is the meaning? Where does it come from? Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita mati kriyatam yadi kuto bhilabhyate tatra lalyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukritairna labhyate. Who has written this verse? Srila Rupa Goswami. Krishna bhakti ras. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavitamati. When the mind is fully absorbed in the ras of Krishna bhakti, this is the core of what we call Krishna consciousness. And tatra lalyam api mulyam ekalam. Lalyam, or intense greed, is the sole price. Not even 10 million births of Sukriti, 10 million births of pious. I was hearing somebody speak, somebody was saying, well, you know, if we had, he was talking about things that happened after Srila Prabhupada, my Namaguru Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, after he left this world, he was saying, if we had just sat down and read his books and done all these things, then we would have been purified. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to have sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha, nama kirtan, bhagavata shravana, mathura vasa, shrimurtir, shraddhaya seva. So sadhu sangha, association of pure devotees, is absolutely essential. Lalyam, greed, is absolutely essential. We must have intense greed. And kripa is required. Sometimes people are confused nowadays and they say, oh, I could be kripa siddha. I could just be walking down the street and somebody will throw a bag of money out of a car and I'll have $1 million in my hand. Well, it's possible this can happen, but it's kind of a stupid plan, right? Yeah, usually you get a job, you work, then maybe you save some money, you invest and you do that, and you make a plan if you want to be rich. Similarly, if you want to have premadhan, you will beg and weep and cry, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Who are we begging to? We are begging to Gurudev. We are begging to Nityananda Prabhu, who has manifested in the form of my Gurudev. And my Guru is giving me, I am begging, please. And I am begging Harinam, please, please, please cleanse my aparad, my offenses, and let me have let bhakti come in my heart. And completely avoid aparad, aparadha, that which takes us away from Shri Radha. That is aparad. We must avoid this. So, this is all meant to grow the bhakti creeper. Again, who has given 2 verses? Adao Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sango Atabhajana Kriya Tato Narta Nivritti Syat Tato Nishta Ruchistada Tata Saktis Tato Bhava Tata Prema Bhudanshati Sadhakana Mayam Premna Pradhur Bhave Bhavet Kramaha. Who has written these 2 verses? Yes. And there is a book which the entire book is just giving the expanded explanation of these 2 verses. That is Madhurya Kadamini by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Just to expound 2 verses of Srila Rupa Goswami. So what has Srila Rupa Goswami done? What has Srila Rupa Goswami contributed? He has given us the A to Z. Adao Shraddha. Gurudev has explained that Shraddha may first come. The word Shraddha is one of these very tricky words. If someone tries to translate Shraddha as faith, okay, that's all right. It's like a starting point. It's like an approximation, right? For example, if I wanted to describe to a small child a 747, I'd say, you have a little paper airplane that you throw. It's kind of like that, but much, much bigger. So the paper airplane's a starting point for the 747, okay? But the little kid doesn't really understand it, and there's a lot of things that are very hard to understand. Similarly, in bhakti, there are so many things that are very difficult. When I first met my Gurudev, I asked him, because it was always a big thing. Many people advertise themselves as pure devotees. They said, oh, look, I am imitating Prabhupada, I am a pure devotee, you can worship my lotus feet, you can do my Guru Puja in front of the deities, and it will be very good and awesome, and you can, when you are singing Sri Radhika Madhavi or Rapada, somehow or other that applies to me. Oh, please. What were the results of that? Not good. I asked Gurudev, I said, Gurudev, how do we know whether someone is actually spiritually elevated or not? Gurudev said, it is like, I cannot explain this to you. It is like trying to tell a little baby girl how she will become a mother. She has to grow up, she has to mature. So what I understood he is explaining, you have to mature. You have to mature in bhakti. You have to realize everything by the grace of Harinam, by the grace of Gurudev, and by the grace of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has given all these things. We have to understand all of these things in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. What is our paribhasha? What is our definition of pure bhakti? What is the verse that defines pure bhakti? Anyabhilashita shunyam gana karmadi anavritam anukulyena krishnanushilanam bhaktiruttama. And just as Vedavyas has given the so many Vedic literatures, and then they have been expanded by commentaries of the Acharyas. We have other Acharyas who also have given us commentaries to understand what Srila Rupa Goswami has written. Because in this one verse, there is so much. How much is in this verse? Oh, Srila Gurudev has explained. What is the meaning of Anukulyena Krishna Anushilanam? In these two things, there is so much that defines the pure bhakti, what it is. The example is given. Krishna is drinking milk at the breast of Mother Yashoda. But her milk is not ordinary milk. It is not lactation milk. It is liquid Vatsalya Prem. And Krishna, does Krishna care about having ordinary milk? No. Does Krishna want Vatsalya Prem in liquid form? Oh yes. He is greedy for it. And he is manifesting himself like a tiny baby. And his tummy cannot be filled by this. He wants more, he wants more, and he wants more. And there is a competition going on between the tiny little tummy of baby Krishna and the Vatsalya Prem of Yashoda Maya. Now, Yashoda Maya also has some milk on the stove. And so, that milk is to be made into sweets like rasgulla, sandesh, rasmalai, rabri, all of these very beautiful milk sweets. And what milk it is? Oh, Yashoda Maya has special grass, and she feeds special grass to her special cows, and she milks those special cows herself. So she has amazing milk. You know, like we've had milk from the Adikarta Ruchira farm. It's just completely amazing. Imagine how much more that is than Walmart organic milk. Imagine that. And to such a high level you cannot even imagine. And it is in the spiritual world from Surabhi cows. And Yashoda Maya herself is milking the cows that she is feeding herself. And that milk is there. That milk is conscious. And that milk is thinking. This competition is going on between Brajendra Nandan Sri Krishna and Yashoda Maya herself, who is the embodiment of Vatsalya Prem. I have no chance in this. I shall enter the fire and give up my life. And so that milk was going to make the dive into the fire, climbing out of the pot. Oh, Yashoda Maya saw this. No. My breast milk is not sufficient for Krishna. Krishna must be nourished by all of the very beautiful sweets that I will make from this milk. And so she tried to put Krishna. Did Krishna want to let go? No. How was he holding on? With his mouth, with his two hands, with his feet. And this is the same Krishna that Putana, who had the strength of 10,000 elephants, could not dislodge. But Yashoda Maya very easily put him down. Now, was Krishna pleased by this? Oh no. His eyes became reddish like the rising sun. His lower lip began to tremble, and he became determined to do some very, very naughty activities. Of course, we know of this, Damodara Lila. So this is given as an example because Yashoda Maya was doing this for only Krishna's benefit, only to please Krishna, but it was not pleasing to Krishna, but for Krishna's ultimate benefit. This has been explained by Srila Jiva Goswami in the commentaries there. Similarly, when Krishna and Baladev entered the arena in Mathura, and they came in carrying the tusks of the newly slain Kuvalayapida, and they were looking really handsome, and all of the ladies of Mathura were seeing Krishna, and their hearts were all aflutter. Oh, everyone was seeing Krishna. The Brajavasis were seeing Krishna, and they were saying, oh, it is our dear, beautiful son of Nanda Maharaj. It is unfair that these big, nasty wrestler dudes, Chanura and Mushtika, will be opposing them. But Krishna and Balaram were just looking forward to the sport. Oh, I have wrestled with my cowherd boyfriends. Now I will get to wrestle with these big tough guys. Let's see how tough they are. And Krishna was wrestling with Chanura, and Baladevji was wrestling with Mushtika and experiencing so much pleasure. But this was not pure bhakti, because they had the intention to kill Krishna under the direction of Kamsa. So Srila Rupa Goswami has given, in this one verse, this entire paribhasha of pure bhakti. And Acharya Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, or Gurudev, they have all given explanations of things that have been written by Srila Rupa Goswami. So the position of Srila Rupa Goswami in our line is supreme, is paramount. Now, there are so many pastimes of Srila Rupa Goswami. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing at Ratha Yatra, he was experiencing the mood of Shri Radha. No one could understand what Mahaprabhu was saying. He was dancing in front of the Rath cart, and he was reciting Ya Kaumara Hara Sa Eva Hivarastha Eva Chaitra Kshapas Te Chonmilita Malati Surabhaya Praudakarambanila Sachaivasmi Tatapi Tatra Surata Vyapara Lila Vidhau Revaro Dhasi Vetasi Taratale Cheta Samukkantate. That very personality who stole away my heart during my youth is now again my master. These are the same moonlit nights of the month of Chaitra. The same fragrance of malati flowers is there, and the same sweet breezes are blowing from the Kadamba forest. In our intimate relationship, I am also the same lover, yet still my mind is not happy here. I am eager to go back to that place on the bank of the Reva under the Vetasi tree. That is my desire. No one could understand. This verse is from a book of mundane poetry. But Mahaprabhu, why he was reciting it, Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami understood it. But there was one other person there. Who was that person? Srila Rupa Goswami. And Srila Rupa Goswami, after some time, he had written another verse, and he had given the explanation of this verse in this other verse that he wrote. I am the same Radha, you are the same Krishna, because this is referring to when Srimati Radharani met Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And there were so many obstacles, because there were horses and chariots and elephants and kings and warriors and armies. And there was no opportunity to express any love, even to exchange glances. It was not possible. Such high obstacles. Now, sometimes persons do not understand parikiya bhav. What is parikiya bhav? Parikiya bhav means that I have so much love and affection for Sri Krishna, but I cannot claim the status of being married to Krishna. That is swakiya bhav. Sometimes acharyas have steered persons away from Parikiya Bhav. Because if we view Parikiya Bhav with a mundane sentiment, we will make aparad. Because the bhav of the gopis for Krishna is compared to gold, and the lust in mundane affairs, love between the partners in this world, this is compared to iron, a very crude quality, very common and dirty. And to come to this standard, to understand the love of the gopis for Krishna is so high. Only we can come by the grace of Harinam. So not by artificially trying to imagine, oh, I am now the maidservant of Sri Radha. I have gone and gotten some mantra and now immediately I am Radha Dasi. Because the problem is we have Prakrita Ras. What is Prakrita Ras? We taste something in enjoying this material world. Now, we cannot become free from Prakrita Ras by Shushka Vairagya. What is Shushka Vairagya? Dry renunciation. It's not possible. If you try to do that, you will simply become hard-hearted. At the same time, if you mix your Prakrita Ras with the ideas of spiritual affairs, it becomes Sahajiya. And then there is Aparad. And it is not beneficial, not helpful for us. So Srila Rupa Goswami has given everything, and he has given in Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He has given us Upadeshamrita. Vacho vegam manasakrodha vegam jihva vegam udaropasta vegam etan veganyo vishaheta dhira sarvam apimam pritavim sasishyat. There is a thing that is not understood, because some devotees would hear this and they would think, oh, I have to become a Goswami and I will be a sannyasi and I will be renounced and then I can be Jagat Guru. No, it doesn't work that way, Baba. You have to, but you should start, understand, senses are not your friends. Sharira avidyajal, jodendriya taikal, jiva phadevish sagure, tarmadhe jihva ati. Ataha Sri Krishna namani napavid grahyam indriyahe, sevonmukhe hi jihva dao, Swayam eva spurati adaha. Krishna, his name, his pastimes, his form, his activities, these are all beyond the realm of our mind and senses. So, we leave aside all such considerations. And we should Vikriditam brajavadhu bididam cha vishno shraddhanvito nushranuyad atavarnayedya bhaktim param bhagavatim pratilabhya kamam hridrogam ashivo hapinoti achidena dhira. This verse was spoken for all the people who are anti-Harikatha. The anti-Harikatha people say, oh, we should only read Bhagavad Gita, we should not hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Well, that is not in the line of Guru Maharaj, that is not in the line of Gurudev, because Guru Maharaj said back in 1970, let us distribute Krishna book everywhere. So he gave Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, dancing with gopis who are his consorts, his Shakti. And he said, let's distribute this to all the hippies and the dippies and the saddies and waddies and fatties and make everybody happy. Because if we hear with faith, if we hear from the appropriate person, this will cleanse the heart. This will cleanse the heart. And we will make advancement on the path of bhakti. So Srila Rupa Goswami, he heard this verse and he wrote that verse in response. He wrote it on a palm leaf and he went to bathe. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went looking for Srila Rupa Goswami. Oh, he found this verse, he read that verse, and he said, how is it that Rupa has understood my mind? Nobody could understand what I was saying, only Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami. Now, who is Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami? Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami is Lalita Devi in Krishna Lila. And Sri Ramananda Roy is Vishaka Saki. So, Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami understood, and who is foremost in the Gana of Lalita Devi? Shri Rupa Manjari. So, the meaning of this, Shri Rupa Manjari Pada Shri Mora Sampada. Oh, the lotus feet of Shri Rupa Manjari, this is my treasure. I treasure this so much. Srila Das Goswami, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, he has written, Shri Rupa Manjari Kararchita Pada Padma. Oh, Shri Radha is quite fatigued. She has been enjoying pastimes in the forest all night with Sri Krishna. Now she is lying down and I am massaging her feet and legs. No, Sri Rupa is massaging her feet and legs. I am looking on hungrily, desiring some remnants of her service. So this is Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. This is such a high sentiment and high aspiration, but the common thing, it is the aspiration for service, that which is meant for the pleasure of my beloved, as Palyadasi. So, Srila Rupa Goswami gave the concept of pure bhakti, and especially that bhakti, Ramya Kachidupasana Vrajavadhu Vargena Ya Kalpita, that which is done by the gopis, Vraja gopis. And Srila Raghunath Das Goswami has shown how to be a Rupanuga, how to follow in the footsteps of Srila Rupa Goswami, how to aspire for the service in the line of Sri Rupa Manjari. Because our mundane senses, mind, intellect, they're not able to reach. Natam starkena yojaget. You cannot understand, you cannot take apart the Supreme Personality. Swayam eva spurati adaha. Only when we engage in service, beginning with the tongue, by doing Harinam, taking only prasad, avoiding any criticism of others, and chanting always, then it will be revealed within the heart. So this has been described. Srila Rupa Goswami has given us everything. Now Mahaprabhu, reading this verse of Srila Rupa Goswami, was so happy and he embraced Srila Rupa Goswami. How you have understood this? I give you blessings to spread Sankirtan movement. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. May I have the shelter of the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami, who understood the Manobhishta, the heart's desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Srila Rupa Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatan Goswami, there were three brothers, Rupa, Sanatan, and Vallabha, also called Anupam. who was the father of Srila Jiva Goswami. And they originally came from Karnataka and settled in West Bengal, in Ramakeli. And they were engaged in the service of the Nawab, who saw, oh, they are so intelligent, so highly qualified, and I want to have them in my service. He gave them the names Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik. And then Shri Rupa and Sanatan came to see Mahaprabhu at Gaya, and then Shri Rupa Goswami was able to escape his government service. Shri Sanatan Goswami ended up in jail. This is another very long narration. How it was arranged for him to escape and come join the service of Mahaprabhu. But Srila Rupa Goswami, he now was writing so many literatures, and he also received instruction from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there are 5 pran of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. There is one chapter in Adi Lila, instructions to Srila Rupa Goswami, instructions to Sanatan Goswami, the pastimes at Ratha Yatra, which we were reading from, where Mahaprabhu is dancing, and Ravananda Samvad. So, after Mahaprabhu's disappearance, Srila Rupa Goswami stayed in Vrindavan, and there would be a sabha in the courtyard of Radha Damodar temple, what is now it is all built over and built up so much, but at that time it was just very simple. There was a little hut there, but we go there. This is like the center of our movement, like headquarters. Do we need to have a big organization and big massive temples and all these things? No, everything started with just some very high-class devotees sitting and discussing Harikatha and debating. And those persons, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami. What things were they discussing? That place where they have discussed these things, this is like a place where we go and we can beg for kripa, beg for mercy. Now, Srila Rupa Goswami was also, there was always someone who wanted to come and present a different idea. There was this one person, Vallabhacharya, who was somewhat senior, and he was a little proud, and he came to Mahaprabhu, and he said, oh, I have written one commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, and it is even better than Sridhar Swami. Mahaprabhu said something. He said, oh, I consider someone who is not faithful to her Swami no better than a prostitute, because he was making a play on the name Sridhar Swami. But this same Vallabha, later he came to Sri Rupa Goswami. He wanted to claim that he is a great, like Jagat Guru, Acharya, big person, and he said, I want to debate. Sri Rupa Goswami was engaged in bhajan. He had no interest in debating. What is the point? I will debate. Guru Maharaj had a very nice saying. It is so applicable in this day and age. You cannot wake up someone who's pretending to be asleep. Yeah? Is it true? It is so true. You cannot wake up someone who's pretending to be asleep. No. No, stop shouting. I can't hear you. This is the situation. But Srila Rupa Goswami, he simply had no time. He could easily debate. He could defeat anyone. But he said, okay, you want me to sign a paper saying I've been defeated? Here you go. Go now. I'm going to go back to my bhajan. But he was going and showing this around Vrindavan. He met one very young boy who was practically a teenager. His name was Jiva Goswami. He said, oh, what is this? He said, oh, look, see, I have a certificate that I have defeated Rupa Goswami. Srila Jiva Goswami said, oh, really? Is that so? What you have said? And he, point by point, systematically dismantled and destroyed all of Vallabhacharya's ideas. Vallabhacharya was so humiliated, and as he was leaving, he went to Rupa Goswami and he said, oh, your nephew, disciple, he is so very intelligent. And he went away. And Srila Rupa Goswami could understand that despite him telling Jiva Goswami not to say anything to Vallabhacharya, he did in fact. Because Srila Jiva Goswami could not tolerate that this person was making it out that, oh, I know better than Srila Rupa Goswami. No, it was not tolerable to Srila Jiva Goswami. So he brought the full firepower of the Jiva Goswami, Nyaya and Vyakarana, every type of knowledge. Imagine this, that same Jiva Goswami who wrote 400,000 verses of Gaudiya Vaishnava Tattva Siddhanta, entire Bhagavata Sandarbha, everything, and who is going to stand up to him in debate? But Srila Rupa Goswami was inwardly very pleased that Sri Jiva Goswami did this, but outwardly he showed, you disobeyed me, go away, I don't want to see you again. Sri Jiva Goswami was so distraught. He went to stay in Bhayagaon and he stayed in a cave with crocodiles and snakes. And it was only after some time that Sri Sanatana Goswami was traveling around Braj and some villagers told him, oh Baba, there is one young Baba who is staying in this cave and he is so thin and so sickly, we are afraid he may die. He went and told Sri Rupa Goswami, and then he was allowed to come back. There is another narration. Srila Rupa Goswami once wrote a verse. He wrote this verse that the braid of Shri Radha is like a black cobra snake, like very black, glossy, sinuous, with almost like having a life of its own. He used to show every verse that he wrote to Sri Sanatana Goswami. Sri Sanatana Goswami was his elder brother, and he would get input. Who is Srila Rupa Goswami going to show these things to and get some feedback? So Sri Sanatana Goswami read this, he said, what is this? You have said that Swamini Kishori Ji's hair is like cobra snakes? This cannot be right. Sri Rupa Goswami said, okay, let me think how I will change that. Then Sri Sanatana Goswami went to bathe in the Yamuna. As he was coming back, he saw there was a very beautiful young Brajavasi girl who was swinging back and forth on a swing with her friends. And they were laughing. And he saw that there was a snake in her hair, a cobra. He said, Lali, Lali! And he said, he wanted to say, but then he looked and he saw this was actually her braid. It was her hair. And then he understood. But he went again to look, and he wanted to show Sri Rupa Goswami, but there was nobody there, it was only forest. So Sri Sanatana Goswami got darshan of Rishabhanu Nandini, Sri Radha. And so it was known that what Srila Rupa Goswami wrote was, in fact, correct. Srimati Shri Radha has, her braid is so beautiful and glossy, and it is decorated, and it is like a serpent which is ready to bite Krishna. And Krishna becomes bitten, and he becomes like a mad person. So, Sri Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, at this time, they were staying in one part of Braj. I forget the name of that place, but it is like, we go there on parikrama, and there was, at least when I went there with Gurudev, it was just a very, very small place, and it is kind of in the middle of nowhere. And this is the place where now maybe it has been developed around there or something, but Sri Rupa and Sanatan were staying there and doing bhajan. And there was not even a hut there or anything. And the Srila Rupa Goswami was chanting, and the sun was very, very hot, so hot. And he felt, oh, there is some shade has come. But he was just too much absorbed in his bhajan. He did not look up, he did not see anything. But Sri Sanatan Goswami saw. He saw that Kishoriji, Rishabhanu Nandini, Shri Radha was standing holding her dupatta over the head of Sri Rupa Goswami to keep the sun off of his head. So Sri Sanatan Goswami said, oh, you know, this is what I saw. And then they said, oh, we should make a hut. We don't want our Devi, she should not come and do our service in this way. This would be unacceptable. So they made a hut so that the sun would not be on their head. On another occasion, it was the Avirbhav Titi of Srila Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan, where it was Avirbhav of Sri Sanatan Goswami. And Srila Jiva Goswami wanted to offer some kheer, sweet rice. But there were no ingredients. So he thought, well, if ingredients come, I can make it. If no ingredients, I can offer in the mind. Because offering can be done in the mind, especially if someone is deeply absorbed in bhajan. In our neophyte stage, it is always best for us to have engagement and do something tangible and keep ourselves busy, and not to try to imagine that we can just easily do things in our mind. Then we may become a little bit lazy. And laziness is not helpful for a sadhak. It won't help us to be sober. Too much lazy may make us too much crazy. So, Sri Sanatan Goswami was doing his bhajan there, and then a very beautiful young Brajvasi girl dressed like a new bride came, and she brought some milk and rice and ghee and sugar. He had not gone begging or anything like that. And she sat there for some time. But he was deeply absorbed in bhajan. He was thinking, I will do this later, I will do this later, but I must chant. But then she arranged a fire, and very, very quickly she arranged a fire, she put a pot, very quickly she made the kheer, and then it was done. And then Sri Rupa Goswami came and he saw, oh, look, this kheer has been made, and Sanatana Goswami said, yes, this young Brajvasi girl came and she made it. And he said, oh, let us offer this. So it was offered to Radha Govindji. And the taste was so divine, and then they understood, oh, Kishori ji herself came and made this. So this is the extraordinary character of Sri Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. Srila Rupa Goswami has written such extraordinary poetry. There is no comparison. No one can compare to poetry that is in Stavamala and other collections, Vidagdha Madhava, Lalita Madhava. So much of poetry of Srila Rupa Goswami has been given in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. These verses like Anarpita Charim Chadat Karanaya Vakirna Kalau, written by Srila Rupa Goswami, or Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrishovana, written by Srila Rupa Goswami. So, he has also written many verses in very unusual and difficult meters. There is one with 27 syllables per pada. Yamalarjuna Banjana Mashrita Ranjana Mahiganjana Ganalasya Baram Pashupala Purandaram Abhishta Kandaram Ati Sandaram Aravinda Karam Rajagopa Vajujana Virichita Pujana Muruku Jana Manavavenu Daram Rasana. Anyway, I forget the third line, but the fourth, but it is saying that Krishna is the person who broke the twin Arjun trees. He is the one who gives delight to his devotees who take his shelter. He has movements like a serpent, which is saying two different things. One is that Krishna can move in very crooked ways and he can be very artful in his movements. Secondly, that Krishna himself can be very crooked in his dealings and he's not straightforward. Ganalasya Bharam, and he has the complexion like a fully laden rain cloud, a rain cloud which is full of water. Like we see now in the rainy season, sometimes the clouds are very dark. So, this is some of the poetry of Srila Rupa Goswami. He has not written these things like someone who makes things up, who imagines, oh, I wonder what Krishna would be like. No, this is all from darshan. This is all giving from what has been seen, what has been witnessed, what has been experienced. So, on the occasion when Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, when he came to Vrindavan, and Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami had all disappeared, they had left this world, and he was feeling so much lamentation. He wanted to give up his body, but he was prevented. He wanted to jump from Govardhan Hill. And that is when he wrote Vilap Kusumanjali. And this is the mood of separation from Srila Rupa Goswami. Sometimes the question is asked, why do we celebrate the Tirobhav of great acharyas, great devotees? What is the reason? Why do we say this is the Tirobhav Mahotsava? Why is it a festival of disappearance? What is the reason for that? We are feeling so much separation. But when these devotees, eternal devotees, are going to rejoin Radha and Krishna and Mahaprabhu, Oh, there is such a big festival welcoming them back. This is the Mahotsav. So we are just trying to take part in the Mahotsav, welcoming them back. So this is the disappearance of Srila Rupa Goswami, and on this day we ask for his blessings. Shri Rupa Raghunatha Pade Rahu Morash Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishna Das. Oh, I want to understand by the dust of the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Raghunath. I pray that this Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita should be successful. This is the mood of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Sri Rupa Raghunath, or Sri Rupa Sanatan. This is very important. Why? Why are we so much, why is it so important to talk about Sri Rupa Sanatan?
So we don't forget it.
That's right. But what specifically, what is the specific thing about Sri Rupa and Sanatan? Srila Sanatan Goswami is the Acharya of Sambandha Gyan. And Shri Radha Madan Mohan. So we sing in the Mangala Charan. Jayatam Suratau Pangur Mama Mandamater Gati Mat Sarvasva Param Bhojau Radha Madana Mohana. So this is the Sambandhadidev. Sambandhadidev means who is the Lord of Sambandha. We must start with Sambandha. We must start by understanding I am very fallen, but I have a relationship. I am the eternal servant. And it is my position to be in the service of Radha and Krishna. Ainandatanujakinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam bhudao kripaya tava pada pankajastitaduli sadrasham vichintaya. O son of Nanda Maharaj, I have fallen in this material world. Please pick me up from this ocean of birth and death and fix me as one of the particles of dust on your feet. Now, sometimes people take a non-shastric interpretation and say, oh, look, here's evidence that we fell from the spiritual world. No. No such thing. We are fallen. We have fallen. Ahruhya kritrena padam tataha padantiyadho nadrata yushmadangraya. We can go even to the Brahmajyoti by practicing yoga, or by being a demon who is killed by Bhagavan. But we won't stay forever. It's not a place of permanence. We may have come originally from the Tatastha region, and we have fallen, and we fall again, and we go up, and we fall again. Why? Because we have not actually surrendered. Even if we want to go to Vaikuntha, there has to be a sense of Sambandha. There has to be initiation into a Vaishnava Sampradaya. You can go to the Sri Sampradaya, and they will tell you, you can take initiation, you can do Sharanagati, and your next birth, you can take birth in a Brahmin family, and then we will give you proper initiation. And then, after hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lifetimes, if you follow all the rules and regulations of Vaiti Bhakti and follow all the rules, and did we mention rules? And you must know all the rules, then you can go to Vaikuntham. And there you can see the Lord of Vaikuntha, Vaikuntapati Narayan, and you can say, Jaya Narayana Prabhu. Okay. That is the process. There is no going to Vaikuntha like, hey, here's a rasgulla. Take this rasgulla in your hand and eat it, and boom, magic pill, and you go to Vaikuntha. But we're fallen. Even if we go up to Brahman realization, we fall again. But if someone has gotten shelter of the Swarup Shakti, there is no fall. Even that person who has come to the stage of Rati or Bhav, that person will not fall. Oh, you say, what about Bharat Maharaj? Bharat Maharaj was still under the shelter of Swarup Shakti. He was under the shelter of Yogamaya, and his fall was temporary. It was a temporary setback, and it was also done to show sadhaks that we should not be alone. We should be in association, and we should do bhajan, not alone by ourselves, but we should stay in association of pure devotees. And that we should not become attached, not to a deer, not to even our japamala, or a car, or a building, or a title, or anything. We should only be attached to the service of Radha Krishna Mahaprabhu. So, this is Sambandha. So Sambandha means that we come in the stage of understanding that I am the eternal servant of Krishna. And servant does not mean dasya bhav. It means my business is to give pleasure to Krishna. You remember that Narada Muni once went and saw Krishna in Dwarka, right? Krishna had a headache. Naradaji said, oh, Prabhu, what can I do for your headache? Krishna said, oh, Naradaji, the only cure for my headache will be the dust of the feet of my devotees. Naradaji said, okay, immediately I will go. He went and he found there was a sabha of devotees, Brahman devotees, and they were glorifying Krishna. He said, hey, hold on, stop. Krishna has a headache, and to cure his headache, he needs the dust of your feet. And the devotees were horrified. They said, we cannot do that. If we give the dust of our feet to Dwarkadish, we will go to hell. It is wrong. So Naradaji went back to Krishna, and he was a little sad. He said, oh, Krishna, I asked the devotees and they wouldn't give. They said, it will be aparat, we will go to hell. We cannot do this. Krishna said, oh, Naradaji, go ask Vrajagopis. So Naradaji went to Vraj. He told gopis, he said, Krishna has a headache, and he wants the dust of your feet so that his headache will be cured. Immediately, gopis began scraping the dust from their feet, and so much dust was accumulated, it made a big mountain. Naradaji was surprised. He said, are you not concerned that giving the dust of your feet, because we don't step over anyone, we don't even cross over. If someone is sitting with their legs stretched, we will go around. We never step over someone's body. It will shorten the duration of life of the person you are stepping over. In Vedic culture, it is not done. You don't touch your feet to someone. So Naradaji was asking the gopis why, and they said, oh, we don't mind, we can go to hell, but let Krishna's headache be cured. So this is the selfless love of the gopis. From the most fundamental aspect, it is all about what will please Krishna. Aslishtyava padaratam vanashtumam adarshanan manamahatam karotuva yata tadha vavadadhatu lampato matprananathas tu sa evan napara. Krishna is my prananath. He is the Lord of my heart. Whether he crushes me by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me, I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, as my prananath. So this is such a very difficult thing to understand, but Srila Rupa Goswami has given it and made it easy. Srila Sanatana Goswami has given us one very important book, Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita. In reading Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita, we can understand through the journey of Gopkumar how one may actually go back home, back to Godhead. And what is the most essential thing? One must have Sadguru. One must have that Guru who has realization. Sadguru may be the person who is the Parikar, Nityasiddha. They may be the Sadhak who is very advanced in sadhana and who has realized, who has had realization of what is the goal of life. One cannot be a guru based on like, oh, you have been following regulative principles for 3 years or 4 years or something like that. No. Do you understand the prayojan? Do you understand sambandha? Can you explain abhideya? Do you understand what pure bhakti is? Do you understand all these things? When you find that person who is a true disciple, that person will at some point be a qualified guru. So this is very important. So first comes sambandha and then abhideya. What is abhideya? It is the functional relationship. How will I do, how will I perform the activities of bhakti? It is the same activities. I am doing activities of bhakti in this stage. Seva sadhaka rupena, siddha rupena chatrahi, tad bhava lipsuna karya, vraja lokanusarataha. This is the definition of Raganuga Bhakti, which has been given by Srila Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Seva sadhaka rupena, siddha rupena chatrahi. The sadhaka in the sadhaka roop, in this life, and also in future life, because we are not thinking that this is a sprint and I'm going to get prem like a rasgulla that'll come in my hand. Just like you're not going to get, mukti to Vaikuntha like that. Even a Jamil, he had to go to Haridwar and do bhajan for some time. He had to go in association of Vaishnavas, and he had to also do some bhakti before he could complete his journey. We talk about a Jamil as if it was just all done, and Vishnu Dutas and airplane and boom, gone, but it wasn't quite like that. And certainly not getting prem just like that. Oh, here's my speed pass, I can jump the queue and go straight away. No. But in my next birth, I want to take birth in the Dham. I want to take birth in a family of pure Vaishnavas. I want to stay only in association of pure devotees, not become entangled in family life, not become entangled in so many things. Our bodies, this body is full of sin. It is full of sinful desire. You cannot just pretend it's not there. We need to have another birth that is more, it will be more pure. If our intentions are pure, if we chant sincerely, in our next life, we will have less sinful desire in this body. And we will have opportunity to go further in bhajan. This is not hopeless. This is full of hope. There is one kirtan, it is a favorite kirtan of Gurudev. Emonna durmati samsara bhitore pariyachino ami kono mahajane. Oh, my mind is so wicked. I am full of sinful desires and lust, anger, greed, the propensity to criticize others, all these things. But you are very kind. You have sent one of your own very near and dear as my Gurudev to help me. So this is part of the Abhideya, how we can act, how we can move forward, because the goal is not getting a bachelor's degree and master's degree and PhD and a really well-paying job. The goal is prem. The goal is residence in Goloka Vrindavan. The goal is that which is never ever given. And by the grace of Srila Rupa Goswami, we have the opportunity for that. So it may take 2 lives, 3 lives, 4 lives, who cares? We have been in this material world for countless lifetimes. And in the meantime, as we chant blissfully and we associate with devotees and we give up all of our other things naturally by hearing very sweet Harikatha, then we will experience some happiness and we will continue to make progress. So this is Abhideya, and now Srila Rupa Goswami and Sri Radha Govinda. Divyat Vrindadanya Kalpadrumadha Srimad Ratnagara Singhasanastau Sri Sri Radha Srila Govinda Devau Preshthalibi Sevamana Smarami. I am meditating on Sri Radha Govinda seated on a jeweled throne. This is the Yoga Pit. Yoga Pit is that place which is the central place of pastimes in the Dham. And they are being served by all of their very near and dear ones, sitting beneath a desire tree. So Sri Rupa Goswami, his deities are Sri Radha Govinda. And then finally Prayojan. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami is Acharya of Prayojan. Sri Man Rasa Rasarambhi Vamshi Vata Tatastita Karshan Venu Swanair Gopir Gopinata Shri Estunaha. Shri Gopinath, Shri Sri Radha Gopinath. So, there is so much to be said, and I think this is only scratching the surface somewhat. But any questions? Comments? Things that I missed? Yes, Prabhuji?
We hear that that Krishna comes as Mahaprabhu to experience the emotions, the heart of Srimati Radharani. Now, we know that the Leela is going on from one universe to another. So clearly, Krishna has been tasting that ras for many, many times, unlimited times.
Yes.
So why does he?
So just to repeat the question, this is a very good question. So if Krishna is doing pastimes in every universe, then Mahaprabhu is also coming. And once in a day of Brahma. So let me also ask this question. Is Krishna always doing Rasa Leela?
Yes.
Is Rasa Leela ever the same twice in a row? No. It is not like the person who's a diehard fan and goes to watch the same movie over and over again. Every time there is Rasa Leela. Now, third question. Will Krishna, coming as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with the Kanti and Bhav of Rishabhanu Nandini, will he ever reach the end of understanding the greatness, the sweetness, and the happiness? Ever? No. So I think this answers the question. Any other question?
I have a question.
Yes, Didi.
Gopal Bhatta Goswami is Guna Manjari. Guna Manjari is following Rup Manjari. If we read Hari Bhakti Vilas, will we become Upanuga Vaishnava from that? Or?
Well, that's an interesting and tricky question. But consider this also. Hari Bhakti Vilas, why was Hari Bhakti Vilas written?
Well, Hari Bhakti Vilas is casting a very wide net. So the answer is no. Never, never, ever, ever, ever can anyone become a Rupa Nuga Vaishnav
Yes.
by reading Hari Bhakti Vilas only.
Yes.
And here's why. The Goswamis cast a wide net. So even Rup Manjari herself, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, there is covered Dasya Ras, there is covered Sakya Ras, there is covered Vatsalya Ras. Vatsalya Ras has many types. There is covered Madhurya Ras of many types, including Swakiya. So Rupa Goswami is casting a wide net there.
Yes.
Now in Hari Bhakti Vilas, an even wider net is being cast for Hindus in general, Vaishnavas of other sampradayas, people who are not actually fixed on one Ishtadeva Vaishnavas. So this is why it's described. Gurudev gave the example, like when you're baking a cake, you put flour through a sieve, and in this sieve, Thakurji's going to see.
No, we're gonna swing. Swing.
Oh yeah, okay, swinging, yeah. So you put flour through a sieve to get a very fine flour, to get all the contaminants out, get all the rough pieces out, the rocks and whatnot. If you put this is why all Rupanugas are Raganugas, but not all Raganugas are Rupanugas.
Yes.
If you put Rupanuga Bhakti through a Raganuga, if you put Raganuga Bhakti through a Rupanuga sieve, and you sift out all of the other things, and you only come down to Tat Tat Bhav Ichamai, which is Manjari Bhav, that is Rupanuga Bhakti. So unless, along with all of these other granthas that you're reading, forget about astrology and tarot and Varnashram and all of, I don't even have words for that. I mean words that could be said here, okay? But for that, I'm not going to drop any F-bombs, okay? But what I'm saying is, like, you get rid of all these things and then you come down to what actually it is that Rup Goswami, Rup Manjari herself is giving. So on top of reading all of these other Gaudiya Granthas even, because Hari Bhakti Vilas is a Gaudiya Grantha, but even on top of reading all these Gaudiya Granthas, parallel, you must be reading Vilapa Kusumanjali. Because in here, Das Goswami, who is the preeminent follower, the preeminent Rupanuga, he's Tulsi Manjari's Rati Manjari, he's the preeminent Rupa Manjari follower, is giving actually what it is to be a Rupa Nuga Vaishnava to Rup Manjari in her Manjari form. Because there's two types. There's Rupa Nuga to Rup Goswami in his Sadak form, and Rupa Nuga to Rup Manjari in her Manjari form. And this is actually what it means to be Rupa Nuga.
Yes.
So when Prabhuji mentioned that we have to take more births, who wants to take another birth? Like nobody.
Yeah.
Everybody objects to that.
Yeah.
But he described, like, because of, we have these habits, these vasanas and samskars and sinful tendencies even, but even more than that, devotees are not clear on Rupanuga Bhakti. Especially in West, it's a khichdi being served. Mixing up. No mix-upping, says somebody.
Yeah.
No mix-upping. Anyway, so the thing is this. This is why we have to take birth and birth and birth.
Yes.
So that our Rupanuga Bhajan concept becomes actually refined down to that rare, refined flour that we can finally bake the Rupa Manjari cake with. This is the reason. So I just wanted to add that on Rupa Goswami's. And like Gurudev always used to say, we drink from one well. The Rupa Rasa Koop. The well of Rupa Goswami's Ras, this Manjari Bhav. Because all other waters, the ocean has many animals living there. There's wrecked ships underneath. There's oceans underneath the bottom. There are all kinds of living entities, dirty. People are pooing and peeing when they go swimming. So we have to get rid of all of this. We have to get rid of what's in the rivers even. No rivers, no streams. Don't drink water from the rivers or streams of different types of mixed up bhakti. We drink from the Rupa Rasa Koop only. Only, and it's fantastic, I tell you, fantastic. Anyway, okay. Radhe, Radhe.
Thank you, Didi. Very well said. Very, very well said. I was only going to say, why was Hari Bhakti Vilas written? Because Mahaprabhu said, write a book and include how to observe Ekadashi and other things,
Right.
and that's it. And it was not meant to be the definitive.
Oh,
But
no.
what you have said, this is great. That's definitely puts
Yeah,
the
Hari Bhakti Vilas catches a wide
Yeah,
net.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Go.
Is there instructions on how to chant mantra japa before you got to the last two?
Mantras for doing padan, how Ekadashi is to be calculated when Vidya Ekadashi. And Mahaprabhu said specifically to calculate, to know when Ekadashi is Vidya and when Ekadashi is Shuddha. All right.
Sitting, chanting.
Yeah,
Hey, you're the one singing. That's fine. It is. I actually took brochures. It's harder.
No, 592.
592.
592.
Oh, about about mishmash bhakti? Say mishmash bhakti.
Yeah. Okay.
गिरधारी जीव की जय, श्री राज विनोद बिहारी लाल की जय, श्री राज गोविंद लाल की जय, श्री गोपाल की जय, श्री गौर निताय की जय, श्री पंचतत्व की जय, श्री तुलसी महारानी की जय, श्री गुरु परंपरा की जय, श्री प्रपार की जय, देव की जय, श्री महाराज की जय। कृष्ण स्पार स्तोत्र श्रीमान भक्तिवेदांत श्री नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज युगाचार्य श्री गुरुदेव की जय। विद्यालय पुष्पार स्तोत्र श्रीमान भक्तिवेदांत हरित गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। विद्यालय पुष्पार स्तोत्र श्रीमान भक्ति प्रज्ञान कृष्ण स्वामी महाराज की जय। विद्यालय पुष्पार स्तोत्र श्रीमान भक्ति दैत मान गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। Leela Prishna Sto Krishna Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Shil Prabhupada ki jai. Leela Prishna Shil Bhakti Sarana Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Mahabhagavat Shil Gauri Kishore Das Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Sanat Goswami Shil Sachidanand Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Krishna Sarvabhauma Shil Jagannath Das Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Shil Baladev Vibhushan Prabhu ki jai. Shil Krishna Chakravarti Thakur ki jai. Shil Rasikanand Murari ki jai. Shil Ramchandra Kaviraj ki jai. Shil Lochan Das Thakur ki jai. Shil Narottam Shinva Shamanand Prabhu Trai ki jai. Shil Krishna Skavarash Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shil Sarkar Arkav Shil Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai. Shri Ashtakavarash Vasuri Janu Nityananda Dhuriho Pal Sri Choshati Mahant ki jai. Shri Jogai Madai ki jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhattargana Shri Gopal Bhattadass Sargana Shar Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Surukam Tarai Ramananda Lokanath Putarvani Gorpa Sharvirin ki jai. Brahmacharya Shil Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prince Gosri Krishna Chaitanya Pranatyananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiv Sri Gaur Bhakti Vrind ki jai. Shri Navadip Dham ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna Kabinath Kabilu Giri Govardhan Shadmanan Mak Shri Brishmandal Dham ki jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shamakunda Ganga Sakhi Amana Sakhi Kalasi Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shrimati Vrind Devi ki jai. Shri Panmasi Devi ki jai. Shri Vishwar Mahadev ki jai. Jai Shri Brishmandal Dham ki jai. Shri Bhagavatar Subhadra Sudarshan Chakra Jil ki jai. Shri Jagannath Bhagavan ki jai. Bala Lakshmendra Singh ki jai. Shri Mad Bhagavatam Chaitanya Charitamrit ki jai. Shri Harinam Prabhu ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Dharma ki jai. Shri Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai. Shri Anand Puri Vaishnava Vrind ki jai. Shri Samarkata Gaur Bhakti Vrind ki jai. Shri Shubh Gaur Sandhar Radha Govind Jugal Arati ki jai. Jai Shri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Dev Chari Dev Shri Shri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Rupa Goswami Shri Tirubhav Titi Maha Mahotsav ki jai. Shri Govind Das ki jai. Shri Gauri Das Pandit ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Jalan Yatra ki jai. Jai Shri Nitai Gaur Pramanande.
It is the short.
Yeah, I know.
I hope it's not.
Yes, I know.
I do services on Monday, and then Saturday, when I find myself like, energy, step myself, but right, like, I'm praying for more energy, so anyone that I see, I was like, oh, you know, happy guys. And it's also that I like the weather, I'm originally from San Diego, so I'm not trained by this weather. Have you been to San Diego before?
Yes, you've been to classes that's like 8 years.
What, you're almost
Preparation
there.
process, so not, I know talking about it.
San Diego is much more beautiful than LA. Cleaner. It's just nice. I mean, we're in LA. In the valley.
Yeah,
Not towards the beach.
yeah, again, I was spending a lot of back, but.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, great.
Cities, big cities. San Diego is a different vibe. It's more, I'd say, cleaner. Just Pacific Ocean at your feet. Sunsets is like, yeah. Maybe I'm biased because it's my hometown.
More private.
Outside? It's like, my body, this is my first year here.
I've been feeling
Maybe
like,
like 4 months. So maybe by next year.
so everywhere like this in Florida, because this is like.
North Central.
And it's advisable. here.
Yeah.
So the egg is not looking so nice, so we are sitting here like.
Yeah, I know my other friends who are in Florida are towards the beach and so gently. That's okay. Purification process. Purification.
Yeah, it's really fun and sweet. Something that's been
Yeah, we don't do pressure on the other.
Yeah.
Why you do that?
We have to really hang out.
Everyone has their
Transcendental, like, devotee friendship hangout.
But at the same time, it's good when there's like people
Yeah.
leading the way.
Oh, you were gonna do your doing Abhishek on
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah,
Okay.
depending
You
on
don't know
the
what privilege?
you can really just kind of.
Oh, I don't know if you actually seen
And
one,
then
and I
there could
told
be a
him.
lot of really
You
nice.
said either
That's,
ask if you go to
that would be
you.
nice, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on
Sometimes if you need
I'm
like
gonna
a
be on the
longer
office.
design.
Yeah, but it's only gonna be like
more
20
stuff,
minutes.
That's nice, but sometimes
It's
depending on
gonna
the
be
group,
in-
we can do it.
In between.
You're bathing or you're bathing morning time?
About certain
Uh,
Or who are you bathing?
conversation.
It's gonna
that
be shine.
Oh, you're just gonna bathe the
carries
shoulder.
it forward. Also really sweet, everybody that turns it.
I said it could take 20 minutes.
I've been thinking about it more, so maybe I'll take this as
Oh, okay, cool. I thought you were gonna pull like morning time.
We'll be there for sure.
Okay.
Can you go get the boys?
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Okay, I'll go.
Can you go
Maybe we should make a bet.
Yeah, we should make a play.
Yeah, all about that.
I'm not taking.
I'm gonna take a little bit of
Serve
time.
one. Yeah, serve them on the plate.
Yeah, so you're gonna be here, so.
If he gets past it, then he gets like that second wind, like loopiness. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Nothing pacifies at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
I just people that couldn't get in. And it's bound to compassion. You doing well for me?
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for all the decoration of the swing and everything.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate
Every year.
it. I know. Maybe I don't say it every year, but I'm saying it this time.
I was inspired.
Teamwork.
Yep.
I don't want to take credit.
What is that?
Who's thanking me for decorating the swing, and I said it's teamwork. I don't want to take any credit.
It's teamwork, I don't want to be taking credit. It's okay, we'll give you credit without you knowing. That's what we like to do.
No, seriously. No.
Okay, so I switched these today.
Which one?
Because I can
Archon cups?
No, not the Ochman cups. No. The picture's here. Because it just feels weird having the group number down here.
Okay, well, wait
When,
a
like-
second. Where did you put them? Because,
I put them down there.
oh, okay, Sham
Huh, Sean.
and his Rangapuri came and told us that it's offensive to have the Vyasa sons back to them.
Okay, I
And
got
they
you now.
switched them.
Okay, I got you
So
now.
I'm cool with whatever you guys decide. You
Okay,
wanna
well,
talk
I
to
can
them, you
I
wanna
can switch it
deal
back
with it?
tomorrow. I can like switch it back
I wish
tomorrow.
we had more room.
It's just like, from my perspective, all these Vaishnavas here, they wouldn't like it.
You're right.
They wouldn't like it.
You're right, I love that.
Like Madhu Maharaj, Siddhanta Maharaj, everyone here, there's gonna be like.
They're
who-
alive.
They're like, yeah. Like who in their right mind put our gurus underneath us?
Okay, very good. So, you wanna talk to Sham? You
I
wanna-
can talk to Sean.
Maybe I can add another shelf.
Really? That's possible?
Yes, it is. Now that I think about it, there's little pegs.
I mean.
I mean, their back,
we
their
can-
back is to the pictures on the top
Yeah,
and the books. But
Yeah, I
I guess
gotcha.
it's because it's low.
yeah,
You
I
don't want
got you. Okay, I got you. Okay, I can talk to Sham and Rangpuri and we'll figure
Maybe we can keep them somewhere else, but
somewhere else. I mean, those pictures aren't really even taken out, like only like
because they're too small and
Yeah,
they're
like
not
only
good
like-
quality.
a couple times per year are they taken
We
out
could
like that.
put them behind them.
Yeah, we could.
No, right behind, and then they're behind, so that's the same thing you were talking about. Not behind them.
We'll figure it out.
Okay,
We'll
I'll
figure it
talk to
out.
Gore and we'll see if we can put another shelf up there.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, there's.
I don't know,
Well,
when I'm gonna get to it.
how many shelves are there here?
I don't know, when I'm gonna get to it, this
One,
week is
two,
really
three, four.
busy.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm like,
This is.
hello.
This like one.
Yeah, I could take one out of there because this is blocked.
Oh, okay, yeah, which one?
And I really like what you did with the picture. It's perfect. I was.
Oh, this one? Shield party? Oh, that one?
No, I was like, well, how am I gonna do this? It didn't fit. And it was leaning against their legs
Uh-huh.
and have to change them and then we figured it out. It was-
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, Jonava brought a.
He's always smiling at me
Oh, nice. Nice.
and I never met him.
Yeah. I mean, Jonava wants to put this picture on the altar. I don't know if she told you that.
No, she didn't. Doesn't matter to me, whichever one you guys want.
Okay, anyway, she got a picture stand for this one. She said that she'll bring it tomorrow.
Picture stand, but this picture still won't fit, even with a stand, but if it's, okay, they're not in bed.
Okay, gotcha.
If it stand is here,
Okay.
with this in front, the
Uh-huh.
picture stand will,
Okay.
and it'll be up a little higher, and I want it to hide too much, that's all. Whatever you guys decide.
I'll figure
And
it out
this is from
tomorrow.
John, or this is from
Actually,
you?
that is from me. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I don't want pumpkin flowers to be covering either. I don't want bouquet to be covering either. So we'll figure that out. We'll do that in the morning. Okay.
In the morning I'm gonna be busy, but you
Oh
can
well,
do it.
I'll be here.
You can do it.
I'll be here. I'm at noon.
Ah,
Like
that's
three-
your morning,
Yeah,
that's my morning.
Yeah. I'll be here at noon. I'll figure it out.
You guys situated?
Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
move out of the house or you
Yeah,
still?
we have to move on.
Did you find a place?
Yeah, there's stuff going on. Rukmini had him found a place.
Sorry, Mama,
You have a
you
place?
can pick me up or Jonah can pick me up.
Where you gonna stay with your granddaughters?
With my ex,
No, I didn't just call it.
son-in-law.
Oh, ex-son-in-law.
Oh, my
You stay here at the
son-in-law.
house.
No.
Pero we have a donation, you know, you can go and pick it up.
What is it?
There is aquí there's green, split this, and I don't know if there is any more, you have to donation.
Just
When
stop.
do you want me to come get it?
So, but we have to know.
Oh, I can come tonight or I can come in the morning. I can come, I'll come in the morning. About,
Yeah, so you can see the plan first, because,
yeah. I'll come at 9 o'clock.
yeah.
When do you have to move?
When they say after the inspection, we just have like a map for
When's the inspection?
inspection happen like
Oh,
more than 2 weeks.
construction inspection already happened?
Yeah,
Oh, so you have to move out now.
yeah, it's,
Okay, I'll come in the morning.
it's like the last week, I think.
I'll come in the morning. No problem.
And then I don't know, you want that plant that is like,
Did you plant it?
you know, the one that grows big, that is like mint tea?
Yeah, we have,
Mint tea.
yeah, we can take that.
You want another,
I'll take the plants, I'll come in the morning at 9
when
o'clock.
you see plants,
Yeah,
you
see you in
whatever
the
you
morning.
want.
Yeah.
We have a big lemon tree, but I don't know you want another.
Oh, lemon tree? Well, we had one that died, so we can take that.
Oh, that would be good, yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, you go and do
Maybe
it.
your medicine.
No problem at all. See you at 9 o'clock.
OJ, it's the day before Balaram Purnima or the day after Balaram Purnima that Cyril Morosh's appearance day?
I literally messaged my grandpa. I think,
I think it's the day after Balaram Purnima.
yeah, that's what we did last year, but then when I was trying to look online, it says Chaturasi, so shouldn't it be on the same day?
Well, Chaturdashi is the day before,
Before Balaram
before
Purnima?
Balaram Purnima, yeah.
That's why I messaged a godbrother, because online it just has the Western solar, like, August 21st.
Gosh, I mean, there's a video of him actually saying when's his birthday is, and he says, I think he says after Balaram Purnima.
Then it's
Who's
the day
that?
after.
Shilvadain Maharaj.
Oh,
Okay. I'll look it up and I'll,
Yeah, if you find out.
if
let
I
me
find
know.
out, I'll message you.
I know it's on August 21st in the solar.
August 21st, it already happened.
Yeah, he usually goes by.
It goes by the solar, right?
Mhm.
Fish.
Go ahead, Steve. I was watching online one of the classes we gave on. I don't even remember what it was. Guru Purnima or something. And then you said that all of the pictures fell down. That was here. And that was this year.
Yeah,
All
all the pictures came down, all the Guru Bhaga. And then he said, oh, you should sing the kirtan. You know, so he did the Guru Bhaga kirtan.
Nobody was touching it? That's amazing.
Yeah, she took us here also. We all looked and saw all the pictures fell down. And I said, that's telling us now we should honor them. You know, he's saying, Krishna, Hoy, Teacher. I was sitting here, Will was there, other people were sitting over there, and she was right here by the altar, but she was not on the altar.
Who was it? The shopper?
No, Sita. Yeah, and all the pictures just,
Amazing.
and I said, oh,
Yeah, I gotta go talk to my wife and like bring her food, but I gotta talk to you. When you knew Amadou Barrage, I wanna talk to you about that one. I used to know him for he stayed at my house once or twice.
yeah, I took him to Malmesbury, served him for about 10 days. Stayed out with him all night long. And one morning, I was doing Abhishek upstairs, and they said, come upstairs right now. I went upstairs. Maharaj was against the wall, standing up. He was already gone.
And the arm still?
No, he was just like this against the wall. And I started saying, Maharaj, you are amazing. You're such an avadu. You wanted to leave this body so bad, you didn't even like lay down. You just stood up like this. Called a servant. That get warm water, we gotta give him a bath. And clean him up. And we put Ganges water in the bucket. And we just bathed him, cleaned him up. And we put him in a dry cloth. We had 2 people lift him up, we put him on the bed. And then we changed all his clothes. Put the turban on, put collars on him, lock everything. And I was laughing the whole time. Your death is so amazing, I'll never forget this. You know, and I said, now I'm gonna put this turban on you, and you're gonna look fucker. Oh my, you look so fucker. It was beautiful. I'll never forget that. Because when I was serving him here, he kept saying, when was the last time you were in Navadip? Want to go to Navadip? I said, yeah, I'd love to, but I'm broke, you know? Then the family came to relieve me, and I came back here. And as soon as I got here, they called me and said, Maharaj booked a ticket to Navadip. I said, put him on the phone. And I said, Maharaj, you can't travel by yourself in another 2 weeks, you know? And I said, please give me permission to come with you. He said, yes. And then she looked said, Maharaj, can I go with you also, Gurudev?
Should I look at that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went, and they made my ticket, said him and his wife took my ticket. And I drove back down here, and that night, we left.
From Miami?
No,
Texas.
no, not Miami, but Tampa. There was another ISKCON in Tampa. We drove my car with him in it, in Tampa, and parked it there.
And the Vivas one too?
Yeah, Vivas one. Then we took a taxi from there to the airport. When we get to the airport, he didn't have his proper passport. He had one passport with the old visa in it. The new passport didn't have the visa in it. So we had to, we sent someone, I think his wife went back to the house to get the passport, and she shifted to the hotel we were staying in. And then the next day we left, we went to India. And he had his own seat, then Philo was in front of him and I was in front of Philo, and we just kept watching him, you know. And we stayed one night in New York at Dr. Raghunath's house. And the mother, his wife, said, please take this donation, this is for his smile. Because we know he's not coming back. So we took that donation for his smile. You know? Very transcendental passion. And then later on I had a dream of him. And he looked so beautiful. I said, oh Maharaj, you look beautiful. No, no skin, all those things. They looked so effulgent, so happy. And I said, oh, please remember me when you're on that side. Please help me become a sincere Lord. And I told him, thank you, because you helped me get back to Navadip. And when he died, we did the cremation that night. And then after that, my body just freaked out.
Yeah, you told that to us a little bit, like from that part.
Yeah, my eyes were double. Like my eyes went inside like this, and I could see double. I lost my equilibrium. It was just, and so we went to see Ekwa Chakra, Lord Missionary's place. They were helping me in the temple with drugs. And then when we got back from there, they took me to the hospital. announced me and said, your blood pressure is sky high. You have to spend the night here. I said, I can't spend the night here. Give me something to reduce the blood pressure, and I'll come back tomorrow. Why can't you stay? I said, because my tachycardia are on the altar, and I didn't put them in rest. I need to go put them in rest. And the doctor was like this. You know you could die? I said, if I have to die, then I want to take care of tachycardia first. So I went back to the hospital. And then for 3 days, they kept monitoring my blood pressure. And he said, you can't leave the country now until your blood pressure goes
She told me
down.
that you and Ron were.
So he said, look, I did everything you told me. He said, don't eat this, don't eat salt, don't eat. I did everything you said. Then he said, he brought me in his office and told me, asked me,
something.
tell me
I'll run
what
before you
you
prove
really
I
want.
didn't do anything.
I said, my dear
Okay,
friend,
I have no idea.
he was cremated
You're not in
last
trouble.
night, and
He's not in
I
trouble.
watched
No, it's
that,
fine. Yeah,
and
okay. No, it's
he said,
nothing.
oh,
It's
okay.
like
So
Ron
they
Corey
put
told
me
Sita
in a
that
machine to do an
the
EKG.
proper pictures
Nothing's wrong with you.
down
I said,
here
"Something's
are
wrong
like
with
they
you."
shouldn't
So he
be
said,
here
"What's
because
your
the
emotional thing?"
body gives the back to
I
so
took care of my best friend
Yeah,
before
so
he died.
I didn't know
and
that.
they
So I
cremated him
moved all
last
of them.
night,
I didn't know that.
and
So
so he said,
today when I came in,
"Oh,
I saw all of them
and he
over
said,
there.
"Then you do prime
And it was
time and
underneath
all
all
that."
the
The next
junior,
day,
like,
for 3 days, I looked
junior
at my blood
charges.
pressure, and then when things
And
went down,
made me feel
he let me come
uncomfortable
back
because
tomorrow.
if they were to see that, they would feel uncomfortable.
So that's what happened.
Whatever you. So I moved them all back. But,
Yeah, I wish I
whatever
could
you
have
do.
known
Okay.
that.
Nothing to do with any of it. Okay.
He was sad.
Okay. I don't know what's
Very
wrong.
tremendous.
Okay, for one thing. I'm just. She told me to
It's
talk
very
to you.
nice to
That's
know.
why- That's why this conversation.
Like my wife, we were still like,
Yeah, you have
this is
to.
like
You
10
have to
years
talk
ago.
about who met it on the messenger.
Still kind of rascally.
Anyway, what's that
Yeah,
pretty
well,
good?
we
What were
were-
you thinking?
No, we were going to music festivals
Oh.
to like volunteer as devotees.
I will.
And then Charlotte was running it, doing like a Bhakti Bihar. And then that's how I met Maharaj. And that's actually how I got connected with all the disciples and devotees of Pujapad Maharaj, because I had never heard of him. Like I went into the Bhakti Bihar and I was like, okay, you know, Parampara, Prabhupada, who's that? I don't know who that is. So that's how I got my initial kind of like introduction to the world outside of
I
this
like to
time.
trust them as
Good.
top court. It's definitely
Oh, we're not outside of ISKCON.
definitely qualified.
We call it, Gurudev says, ISKCON as it is. They said the main members are Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Narada Muni. This is ISKCON.
It is the longest, yeah.
As Prabhupada said, our name,
Super slow, every personality is awesome. Not afraid for us.
ISKCON after one poetry of Rupa Goswami. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Baba Samati. Wherever it is, it's Krishna Bhakti Rasa, this Baba. Then we go there and hear that how Yes, anyway. Doesn't say just this building, or just that building.
Yeah.
Wherever Krishna Bhakti Rasa. If Bhadai Maharaj come here,
He speaks,
you come
he
here.
speaks very slow in
If
general.
anybody comes that has Krishna Bhakti Rasa,
Slow.
you come in here to Hare Krishna.
Very special. Very.
He was very special to me. I remember the year he was staying with us in DC.
Yeah, yeah.
His traveling party,
It's like,
and then he took me
it
out.
takes you out of the loop. Yeah, it's a way.
Before
That was
that,
back in the 90s.
that was in 2000s. Also, he used to have a traveling party that would do books. And I was in a restaurant, working in a restaurant in Philadelphia at the time. So every Ekadashi they would come, I would make a big Ekadashi feast, and feed him and all his men. And one day we did kirtan in the restaurant, because it was closed that day, so it was like, it was rocking.
And
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, thank you for sharing all that.
He's very, very dear friend. And after he left, I traveled with Srila Maharaj for the rest of the time of that Navadvip festival. We went to Ekataka. I had never been to Ekataka. So, after Maharaj after his cremation, then I went with Srila Maharaj, and that was very nice. The Pandavas that were there also. Very beautiful, Ekataka is very good. not let me in the temple, because I was seeing double and I was dizzy. They sat me down, guarded me, made me drink water, and then somebody came and got me and took me to Michelina's house. But that was very special.
Thanks for that question. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah. Put you right in the mood, huh? Huh? Yeah.
said she would come for me.
Okay. Did you call?
Yeah, I called. Gopal Goswami, when he wrote that verse, he was staying with Haridas Thakur.
Krishnamurti Rasi.
No, the one when Mahaprabhu was speaking on the Monday
Oh.
poem, when he wrote.
Tongue, that one?
Yeah. I always thought it was interesting how Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they stayed with Haridas Thakur.
You know why?
Well, Haridas Thakur is the Brahmacharya.
But what else?
Well, the process is Harinam.
What else?
Well, Haridas Thakur, Brahman Prahlad.
Haridas Thakur manifested in a family of Muslims. And Sanatana Rupa served the same Muslim king. So they felt that they were untouchable and that they had given up their Brahminical caste. So they felt very low. So they stayed with him.
Actually.
And the names were Sabir Kashin.
Kabir Khas and
Huh?
Kabir Khas and Sakar Malik.
Yes, Sakar Malik and Sabir Kashin.
Want to tell me something?
No, I thought you were wanting to.
Yeah, so that's why they stayed with Haridas. They also felt that they were very reformed. They were like non-different from Muhammadans. Since Haridas appeared in Muhammadan caste, they stayed with him. That's all out of humility.
We're